What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XVI. In the previous part, we ended up getting a lot of exposition for this story. We got the idea that there are these icons and these dominants, and there was a war going on, and then we ended up getting a flashback to the backstory of the main character of our entire game, Clive Rossfield, one of the sons of the Lord of the Empire known as Rosaria. And in this part, we are going to be going to Phoenix Gate, preparing for a war to take care of goblins in the Stillwind Marshes, as directed by our father, the King, Lord Rossfield himself. And so, with that all out of the way and all this exposition, what I want to make clear is I'm recording this episode in two chunks because I don't have time to finish recording this episode right now for episode 2, and so when I come back to you guys, that recording will be on a different day. So if my mood or something is a bit different, that's probably why. I'm just recording this intro because I realized at the end of last episode that you cannot leave this screen, and so I might as well just record this section in this chunk, and then I'll save, and then we'll leave it for the next recording session. So just want to get this out of the way just so you guys know if my mood or something changes in the next episode or something happens like that. That's probably why. So, without further ado, let's head to the Stillwind Marshes.
Keep your eyes open for those goblins. The reports placed them in this area.
It's all swamps from here. What's your step, my lord?
And everything else.
Alrighty, so they're saying your timely accessories. Feeling overwhelmed, try equipping one or more of the 5 timely accessories. For example, the Ring of Timely Strikes. We'll talk about this as we get further in. I'll obviously explain this probably in the next recording session. The Ring of Timely Focus slows time before an incoming attack, allowing for an extended evasion window. Now, that's the one I actually do tend to use, and I use throughout the entire game. But other than that, the other ones I don't really care to use. But as with all items, timely accessories can be equipped and unequipped from the Gear tab in the main menu. So, alrighty, and with that, folks, I will see you guys on the other side. So this recording session is technically ending, so when I come back to you, I'll still be playing the game, just in a different time. So, alrighty, here we are in another day.
Not exactly the most well-maintained path.
And who do you imagine would maintain it? They've all fled from the Blight.
It's hard to believe that anyone used to live here.
The old village of Stillwind is ahead. Not that there's a lot left of it.
You know, one nice little detail I'd like to point out about Tyler, well, the two soldiers in general here, is that they were talking near us when we walked past them in last episode when we were walking through Rosaria to get to the throne room. So, very nice little detail there.
With me.
Alrighty, so now we have the ability to use Magic Burst. So after striking an opponent with X to conjure Magic Explosion that deals significant will damage. So essentially you can use this as like a combo weaver. I don't really use it all too much. I really just don't see that major of a use of it. I mean, it's a way to min-max your damage. The timing is very quick, but I'll see if I can do it the best I can. So yeah, you can see there. Boom. These goblins really aren't all that tough. They're pretty tall, though. Do that. So, one little thing.
So the reports were true.
We should press on. There may be more ahead.
One little thing I'd like to point out is when I dashed into that little cutscene hit right there, that sort of like quick time style hit, basically you can do that by pressing your Phoenix dash towards someone once they are downed, or you can walk up to them and attack them. The other thing I'd like to point out that unfortunately something popped up last night, well, after I finished recording, is this. So when we go to the abilities section here, you can see that there are ability points and we have tons of different abilities that we can earn and level up and stuff like that throughout the game. Now, there's a few through here. There's one where you can lunge here. We have one where we have a down thrust. This is, yeah, where you can hold the attack button to get a nice hit off. You have more recovery. I think I might end up doing this. So the way you earn ability points is basically you just, kill enemies, you complete missions. You'll get boatloads of ability points towards the end of major missions throughout the story. You won't be able to necessarily complete this ability tree, and I'll tell you there's going to be a lot more than this by the end of the game in terms of just playing through the story alone. So you'd have to play more beyond that, but you can get enough to where you can complete the game just fine. So for me, what do we want to upgrade? So there's a stomp, but I don't really care to use the stomp. That's whatever. Honestly, this is good. I think I like Burning Blade. Burning Blade's pretty nice, and we can't really get any others. I mean, we might as well get the stomp anyway. Alright, so let's keep moving. Absolutely horrible.
Welcome to Stillwind.
Have care, my lord.
I got more goblins. Here we go.
There's more.
Alright. These guys really aren't tough. Boom, boom. And we'll probably equip... The one thing I did forget to do is equip gear. So, some enemies will drop gil or items to... gil is just gold. Upon their defeat, loot is gathered automatically by approaching the glittering icon. So, for a gil, gil is used more or less in the shops that you'll experience. More or less, you use them for consumables, as well as some other, equipable items. But, do this. Now, when you're in combat, the one thing I didn't mention either is you cannot change or equip any gear or stuff like that. You have to be out of combat to change your gear and stuff like that. Alright, nice. Good. So, there's nothing through there. Alright, so what I think there might be an item in here, so we might as well go pick this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here. So, I'm going to go into my items real quick because, or my gear, because I would like to equip, I think, the charm. Yeah, the timely evasion one. These are just kind of like helpful ones. You get these with DLC. I'm just going to do the timely evasion. I'm not going to do any of the other ones. I don't see the point necessarily using them because I think they're kind of cheap to use them early. But this is the one that I end up using throughout a majority of the game, even when you get into the end game. And you'll see why when we get into it. So let's see. Anything else? I think we're pretty good. Is there anything here? There's nothing there to equip. Okay. Got another potion for free, which is always nice. Getting some healing items is always nice. Alright. And then... Oops. Alright, keep moving through Stillwind when absolutely, what I was saying earlier is unfortunate, horrible, area that ended up getting annihilated by the Blight. And we'll obviously get more into the Blight as we get further into the game. Talk about it more. Find out more about it. It's actually really awful. Alright, more goblins.
Some of their number of spells.
And what a number. We'll all have a handful here.
And what we can do is we can show you the... There you go. I like to use that when they're downed a good bit of the time. The slam. And the reason is because sometimes they since they can't get up anyway, you might as well deal a bit of extra damage when they're downed. Boom. And then we can stab them and dead. Very nice. Alright. Do this. Like I told you, you can see that your, fire blast attacks really don't do that much damage. They're really there for combo extenders and whatnot. They're just kind of poking while you're waiting for an enemy to charge up or something like that. There's an item in there, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. Boom. The one thing you can tell about this game that I do really like is I love the seamless transitions from gameplay to cutscenes. Some of them are so seamless in this game. You'll see that as we get further into. It's just really, really good.
We should be nearing the old village square.
It might not be a nest of goblins. Sneaky sods. We're trapped.
My lord.
I'm working on it. He's the leader. But we'll have to take care of his followers first.
Care to thin the herd?
As if you have to ask.
Alrighty, got a horde of goblins we gotta fight here. This isn't really too bad. The new enemies we really kind of find are these goblin casters. These guys really aren't that bad, or the weavers. They shoot stuff out, but you can dodge them pretty easily. And they don't really do all that much damage. Alright, kill that guy. Very nice. Alright.
There was one.
He's invited a friend!
On your feet, Sir Wade.
Here it comes!
Alrighty, so these are called formidable foes, or otherwise sort of like elites or mini-bosses, what I like to call them. Larger enemies must be faced with caution. They have far more HP than their smaller counterparts and will often use devastating abilities to overwhelm opponents. Use the Blessing of the Phoenix to not only deal considerable damage to these enemies, but to also break their wills. Breaking an enemy's will can stagger it, leaving it unable to act and vulnerable to attack. So, this is also applicable to bosses. So, for the most part, when you get an enemy, again, past half their stagger bar, they will get stunned for a momentary for a moment in general, and then you can attack them. When you deplete them full, that's when you generally kind of want to save your abilities to do as much damage as possible. This is our first mini-boss. This isn't a full-on boss, so let's get to it. We'll be fighting a ton of enemies like this throughout the game, so get ready for that. Alright. Well, I guess he... okay.
That's a swing and a half. Be ready to move when he winds up for another.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Alright, so I was wrong about him not being a full-on boss. I just misremember this because there's a lot of enemies that are called elites in this game. So partial stagger, yep, so this is what I was talking about earlier. 50% creating a short opening, yep, so there we go. Alright. This guy just has some really heavy, hard-hitting attacks. If you know your dodges, this guy's attacks are pretty telegraphed. He's not really all that difficult. And now he's staggered, we can do a lot of damage here. Yep, so hitting them while they're down, completely reducing an enemy's will gauge will stagger it. Extra damage is dealt when an enemy is fully staggered, increasing with each strike landed up to a maximum of 150%. The total amount of damage dealt during this time is displayed upon the enemy regaining its senses. So you get to essentially see your min-max damage, as much damage as you're able to do. So let's do as much damage as we can. And then boom, very nice. He's already about half health. If enemies have major attacks, you'll see. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, there we go. You'll see those little pop-ups pop up on screen as indicative of, you know, how Final Fantasy does it during other points in the series. I think that's kind of a Final Fantasy staple, if I'm not mistaken, for big attacks to be to have those big text boxes appear on screen. All right, we're gonna save our Phoenix Blessing attack here. Gonna save it, Phoenix, for when he gets staggered here, so we can do more damage to him. All right, very nice. Boom. Very nice. Nice. And how much damage? 2,000 damage. Very nice. Alright, he's almost dead. We should be good here. Nice. Dodge. Dodge. With these attacks that hit multiple times like that, you can just keep dodging and dodging and dodging. Alright, you got ability points, we got some experience. No gold here besides the 129 we got initially, but we can level up now. So we got some nice base stats, extra bit of attack, defense, can't go wrong with that. Alright, following important battles, a separate results screen will appear displaying battle performance and rewards. Rewards are based on performance and may include items, gear, ability points, and experience points. So, we're able to equip these. These are obviously Van Braces, one of the 3 pieces of gear that we can equip. And you'll be wanting to just essentially get the gear you can. I'll tell you this right now. There's some very important side quests regarding gear, and I really think that doing the side quests in this game is very important to really fully experience this game, as well as just be able to use the best gear you can. Because you can get pretty much more or less the best gear before the end of the game if you just do all the side quests. So that's why I recommend doing it.
You coward!
After him, before he summons the rest.
Alright, gear and abilities. Gear can slightly improve your player attributes, but only when equipped via the gear tab. Similarly, the right abilities can turn the tide of battle, but only if learned and mastered via the abilities in the tab menu. Mastering existing abilities as well as learning new ones required ability points, which I already explained. Before you keep going, I would recommend you equip these. Just saying. Alright. Gonna do this. We're gonna grab this little item over here, which is hopefully a potion. I believe we can head through this way and then out this way. Got another potion. So the thing is if you pick up potions in the field and you're already full health or anything like, or you have too many of them, they will be auto-consumed, which is quite unfortunate. But what are you gonna do? Which way do we go? I cannot remember which way we go from here. Oh no, I guess we just run over. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. Alright, come here, idiot.
This ends now.
Keep clear of its maw, my lord. That thing's breath is worse than its bite.
Alright, this is what I would consider our first major boss. This is the Moor Bowl. This guy, we'll be encountering multiple of these throughout the game, I'll just tell you this right now. This guy has very wide sweeping attacks as well as, yeah, that.
That reeks!
I said, stay away from its mouth. Come on.
His tentacles also can hit you from far away and stuff like that. They're also just, again, very wide sweeping, so I would be pretty careful about that. And you can see how big his attacks are. But his scariest attack, in my opinion, is that breath part, but he's got the scarier attack. I don't remember if he does it here in this fight, but he certainly does it in fights proceeding after this, so. Alright. Nice, we got him staggered. Now we can do Rising Flames here. Alright, we'll just do as much damage as we can. Very nice. Very nice. 2k damage, again, very similar to what we did to Gygus over there. Alright, so he's gonna dive under here. You just gotta be wary where he pops up. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So these are quick time events. So they're called cinematic strikes, but they're called quick time events. You all know how these work if you played any game with quick time events whatsoever. So This is a game where they do them very well, in my opinion. They do these.
Before it recovers!
Go, get him, get him. Look at this freaking tongue. He's a cool looking guy, I'll tell you this right now. You know, kind of like a watery Venus flytrap style enemy. Alright, he's got him do almost above, just above half. Let's see, what is this going to be? Oh, yeah, that's another one. So watch out for those attacks. He's going to swipe there, but we should be good there right now. Ooh, that was close. I should have dodged towards inside there. You really want to make use of those precision dodges, and the main reason is just it's because you can get that little extra, you know, time slowdown essentially. There, and then you're gonna go back again. Very nice. Yeah, see what I mean? You can do so much more damage. Boom. Alright, nice. Eventually, I promise these sections where you get them staggered will be much more exciting. We just don't have any abilities really to make use of it as much. But obviously, this is the early part of the game. That's very understandable. Alright, where's she coming out? Right. Oh, here we go again. Yep, so just like, you know, I told you, quick time events, there's attacks and evasions, so.
Now for the final push, my lord!
For first boss, this is pretty good at teaching you the game's mechanics and stuff like that, but I wouldn't consider him very difficult. Off the top of my head, I really wouldn't know exactly what the first, like, really tough boss is. I don't think this game has any bosses in particular that are super frustrating, but there are bosses that are pretty difficult, just I don't think, like, mega frustrating, which is kind of appreciated for a game as cinematic as this. This is the attack that I was scared of. This guy can just charge like this, and it's really scary to dodge him.
Rather we made it die.
He moves a lot faster than you think he would, despite how large he is. Oh, and these, you gotta watch out for these. I believe if you step in these, it's just a slowing effect, so you gotta be pretty careful in there. I was just in it. Alright. Luckily, you can just dodge out of it. Oh boy, here he goes. Oh yeah, you gotta watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out. Just keep dodging in this situation, keep dodging. Alright. Very nice. Okay, we're on the last stretch. Maybe we can kill him here. It's gonna be real close. I don't know. No. It's not. Oh. Yeah, no, we're not gonna get him here. Getting very close though. All right. Oh, here he goes again. All right. When it comes to that attack, charging away is kind of scary. I think I'll kill him here. There we go. Nice. But in that attack, dodging away, like timing your dodge can be scary because it does hit multiple times in such a wide area. But, you know, it's not the worst. But like I told you, not that bad of a boss, but he is very cool looking, and he's some pretty unique attacks. Alright, got no gil, but we did get some more ability points. A total of 172, and we leveled up.
My lord.
Thanks.
Never thought I'd see it. Not just goblins in Rosaria, but morbles too.
I'll petition His Grace to send a detachment. If we don't stop them here, they'll be at our gates before long.
We should get moving. We don't want to be caught out here after dark.
If we set off now, we can still reach Phoenix Gate before nightfall.
Damned blight.
Suddenly, thousands of red eyes. No, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. His lordship draws his sword. The goblin chief runs off screaming straight down a Morbal's gullet.
More tales! Drink and be merry, boys! Good work on the morrow. Must be gratifying to see your student making such a name for himself. The young lord has a bright future ahead of him.
Aye, and one of these nights he may even deign to join us.
Are you unwell?
No, Father. Just a little tired.
Well, it has been a long day.
They all like Clive, don't they?
Aye. Your brother will be a fine shield. We're all very proud of him.
Father? Why is it that the dominance is always born into our family? It doesn't seem fair.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua. Blessed to be a dominant, to wield the power of an icon. Our family has been chosen to share that power with the people. So that is what we must do.
Louder, my friends! Louder!
I don't suppose I'll be missed.
Poor Jill. She'll be wondering where you've got to. So much for you being a fine hound.
So this is where you've been hiding.
What are you doing out here?
I didn't see you at the feast.
Feasts are the only time shields are allowed to take their ease, and I've never really been one for cakes and ale.
It's the vegetables I don't like. I hear you slew a Morble. All the men were singing your praises.
They never used to. When I joined the ranks, everyone thought I was a spoilt little lordling. If I didn't know how to handle a sword, I'd be a laughingstock. The Archduke's firstborn failure. You're the one they really believe in. I'm jealous.
That's not true. They don't believe in me. They believe in the power of the dominant.
My brother the Phoenix, ruler over life and death.
It isn't fair. It should have been you. I don't have what it takes to lead our people. I don't have the strength. But you do.
Every man has his duty. Ours was decided long ago, when our ancestors chose to instate the dominant as the Archduke of Rosaria. All to ensure that whenever our nation stood on a precipice, the Phoenix would rise from the flames to drag us back from the brink. The fate of Rosaria sits on the dominant's shoulders. It is your duty to bear that burden.
But what about you?
I was born to be your shield. That is why I... However hard it gets, I'll never let you down.
Thank you, Clive. I know you'll always take care of me.
Before I can do that, you need to take care of yourself. All right?
I should go inside. It's past my bedtime. Good night, Torgal.
Supplies from the capital.
You took your time sampling the wares, were you?
It's a good job the North is full of enterprising traders keen to keep us in line.
Spare a barrel for you boys and people,
What in the...
Gateway secured, Captain.
We proceed as planned.
Forgive me, my prince. It's me, Wade. You probably don't remember me.
I remember. What is it?
We're under attack. I don't know who they are, but they've set light to half the castle. I must get you to safety, Your Highness.
Very well. I'm ready.
Follow me, Your Highness.
Alrighty, real quick, I'd like to apologize the fact that I went to check something on my other screen and unfortunately might have cut off the audio from one of the cutscenes, so I do deeply apologize for that. But luckily it wasn't that long, so I hope you guys can forgive me for that. But just give me a second, I just gotta check something real quick while those cutscenes were going on. I was also checking something just to make sure, so give me a second here. Alrighty, we're good to go, but obviously we're being attacked, so we gotta keep moving. We're playing as Joshua.
Already inside the castle.
I'm afraid so, Your Highness. We must hurry. What was that?
I have to help them. Everything's on fire.
Fall back, Your Highness! He's not one of us!
No. I must do my duty.
So for Joshua, you don't really ever play him too much. This is the only sequence in the game you really play him. So I just use my Y attacks usually.
I saw them at the feast. They were laughing.
This is Sambraquagab. But why would the Empire?
We must find my father.
Damn straight we do. Gotta keep going. I don't get why Wade's just letting him open doors, but whatever, I guess. Alright. Luckily, Wade does a good amount of the damage for you too, so it's very helpful. Alright. Forget how short range that is.
Damn it, the bastards are everywhere.
Why would the Empire do this? They're our allies.
I am the dominant.
Save your strength.
Tyler! Damn it! His wounds are deep.
I can save him.
Your Highness,
Don't worry. You're going to be all right.
I'll hold them off.
Clive!
Joshua! Come here. Tyler, you're hurt.
I'll survive. Thanks to His Highness.
Your Grace, Lord Murdoch.
You rescued the young prince. Well done, Sir Wade.
I'm in your debt, soldier.
Thank you, Your Grace.
cannot stay here. We should make straight for the rear gate.
Omnia lost Alan, Tuisa Gelith. May the winds speed you to Rosalith.
The north gate's up ahead. There are chocobos in the stables. Father, take Joshua and get to safety.
No, I'm not going without you. You're supposed to be my shield, remember?
I remember, which is why I'm going to hold the enemy here while you make your escape.
I will order our remaining forces to rally at the gate. Now go.
I will do my duty. You must do your duty too.
I know.
You have to keep Father safe. I'm counting on you, Joshua.
Alright folks, I hate saying it, but I think that's where we're going to end things off. Obviously, in this episode, we were able to take care of the goblins in the Stillwind Marshes. We slew our first major boss, known as the Morbol, and unfortunately here, back at Phoenix Gate, we are being attacked by what seems to be what they call the Empire. So, without further ado folks, next time on Final Fantasy XVI, we'll be continuing through and seeing who this attacking force is and maybe why they're attacking us and stuff like that. I would want to continue, but I believe this next sequence is also about another 40-30 minutes, and so I'd rather do all that for this next sequence, because if this episode would be like an hour and a half almost if I went through all the way, and I don't want you guys to sit here for an hour and a half. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys look forward to that. So I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, this episode, excuse me, not video review. I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create.